Good morning. How are y'all today? We are going to try doing a science lesson pre-recorded. So as I read this lesson, I want you to do like we do in class, and I want you to chime in when we get to something. I want you to pause and pay attention when we're looking at like what words mean or how to say words. I want you as focused as possible, okay? Because I know you can read this by yourself. Sedimentary rocks are formed from sediment. Now we learned that sediment was like dirt and rocks. Sedimentary rocks are formed from sediment carried by streams, rivers, and floods. Metamorphic rock occurs when an igneous or sedimentary rock is changed by the heat and pressure of magma near it. We're going to talk about the word metamorphic in just a moment. Remember that it has to do with change. Okay, let's skip down to our vocabulary words. Our first vocabulary word is crumble. You might think of taking an Oreo and crumbling it up to break into very small pieces. Crystal. Crystals can be gorgeous. It's an evenly shaped clear mineral. I know you can use some crystals to look at a rainbow, or to create a rainbow rather. Dissolve. Dissolve is what happens when you put like sugar into water. You cannot still see the sugar the same way. It is to break up and change into a liquid. Now, it's not always gone, but you cannot see it while it's in the liquid and stirred up. This word is a new word for me. Let's see if you know how to say it.
Feldspar.
Feldspar. Quite an interesting word. It's a common mineral on the Earth's surface. Here's another interesting word.
Nice.
Nice. I think that's funny. Nice. Feldspar is a common mineral. Nice is metamorphic rock. There's that word, metamorphic. Do you remember what it meant? Change. Limestone. Now there's an interesting video about limestone when we get near the bottom, or a rock that's similar. It's a sedimentary rock. Now remember, sediment has to do with like the rocks and the dirt and the soil. Metamorphic. Here's that word again, metamorphic, having to do with, do you remember the word? Change, having to do with change of form. Rocks formed by great heat and pressure. Here's mineral, a non-living substance like a rock. Quartz, a glassy material. I know when I was younger, I found lots of quartz rocks, very pretty. Sedimentary, rock formed from things that have settled to the bottom of the sea, like dirt and rock that have formed at the bottom of the sea, which helps create limestone. Remember, limestone's a sedimentary rock. Sedimentary rock, things that are formed from things that have settled to the bottom of the sea. I do want you to pause right here, and I want you to memorize your vocabulary words. All right, here's a short story. That evening, the family sat around the fireplace talking about their trip to the mountain. Now, if you don't remember this story, it was started a lesson or two ago. What did you find, Jack? Asked Father. I don't know what it is, Jack replied, holding up a gray rock for everyone to see. I tried to write on another stone with it, and it left white marks. Have you ever done that before, taken a rock and used it to write? It is probably a piece of limestone, Father said. Will it crumble? No, it doesn't crumble, answered Jack. Then it is not sandstone. Sandstone is a sedimentary rock made out of sand. Now that makes sense. Sandstone made out of sand. It crumbles very easily, as you can imagine, because it's made of sand. We can soon tell if it is a limestone if Mother will get us some vinegar from the kitchen. Vinegar contains acid. Father explained that limestone is the only rock that will fizz when vinegar is dropped on it.
See what happens when we pour this weak acid on this piece of chalk.
Very interesting. Seawater has a lot of lime in it, he told the club. Grains of lime settle to the bottom of the sea. These grains pile up on layers. After many years, the layers become pressed together more and more. They become very hard. Limestone rock is formed in this way. Flowing water also helps form limestone. The flowing water carries minerals in the soil to the sea. The minerals settle to the bottom and pile up on layers. The minerals make limestone. Wherever you find beds of limestone on dry land, you know that water was once there. Isn't that interesting? Remember being an archaeologist in our Bible lessons and talking about how clues tell you like about the past? That's very interesting. If you find limestone, then you know there was water there. Now we have learned about two different kinds of rocks, Father continued. Do you remember, that igneous rocks were formed deep beneath the earth by heat and pressure? Granite is an igneous rock. Remember, if it's formed deep, then it's got a lot of pressure, and granite is a super hard rock. Igneous rock is formed by the cooling of magma or lava. So this is this is what granite is too. Sedimentary rocks such as limestone were formed when minerals were washed from the soil and carried to the sea. So they're both formed very differently. These minerals settled to the bottom and hardened into rock. Chalk is a type of limestone. So are the beautiful forms of rock that are found in caves. That is a neat rock. Have you ever seen one like that? I have a rock or two like that. What did you find today? Mary asked Father. I think it's granite, but it doesn't sparkle, she said, holding up a gray chunk. Mary, you have a metamorphic rock called gneiss, Father explained. What's a metamorphic rock? Rick wanted to know. Well, first, let's look at that granite rock of yours again, Rick, said Father. Most rocks are made of tiny crystals called minerals. Different kinds of rocks are made of different kinds of minerals. This piece of granite has 3 kinds of crystals, Father explained. If you look closely, you'll see tiny quartz crystals. Are they the ones that shine in the sun like glass? Rick asked. Yes, Father answered. Granite also has crystals of feldspar and mica. I don't know how you say that. Do you think it's mica? The mica crystals give the granite a salt and pepper look. It's fun when you know what's on the inside of a rock, but what is a crystal? That's a good question, Mary, her father said. Let's go into the kitchen and answer that. Granite is made up of 3 kinds of crystals or minerals. Here are the 3. Can you remember them? What is granite made up of? 3 kinds of crystals: quartz, feldspar, and mica. Quartz, feldspar, and mica. These crystals are mixed together. This piece of gneiss rock that Mary found has the same minerals in it. Notice that it's not speckled like granite. It has dark and light streaks in it. In granite, the minerals are all mixed together. In this piece of gneiss, they sorted themselves out. Notice the wavy-looking lines in the rock. Gneiss is called a metamorphic rock. That word means change. You know, you may recognize the word metamorphic from this, metamorphosis. Do you remember hearing that word before, metamorphosis? That is what we call the process of a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. What happens to the caterpillar? Well, he changes. He doesn't change into a different kind of rock like rocks do, but he changes into a butterfly. Gneiss is a metamorphic rock. It means change. The metamorphic rock has been squeezed and pushed together deep in the earth. Then heat and pressure cause the crystals to change places. They line themselves up differently because of the great pressure. It is gneiss. That is very interesting. It doesn't really look like a rock to me. The rocks are not always broken into pieces from the pressure. Hard coal is a metamorphic rock. It is usually found deep within the earth. People dig tunnels called mines to bring it out. Ooh, we talked about mines before, remember? And when you play Minecraft, you often have to get coal out, right? So why is coal so deep in the earth? Because it is being formed by, or it was formed by, great pressure. A lot of these things happened during the Great Flood. Very interesting. All right, you need to you need to continue on and complete your 11 questions. Do not miss this question. The answers are directly above. Do your absolute best. Thank you.